Hey everyone, how's it going? Oh, hey everyone, how's it going? Hopefully you could hear me. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, more Rocket Rumble time. Should be good. Sorry, just setting up here. Bum, ba, bum. Let's see, is this going here? All right. Hey everyone, how's it going? Oh, is my camera not working? Hey everyone, how's it going? Hopefully you could hear me. Thanks for tuning in. Oops. Sorry, why is my camera not working? You crazy camera. Yeah, I don't know why I'm a ghost. Hold on. Sorry about that. I don't know why my camera just... I was on Discord, I guess. Maybe it still thought Discord was using stuff. So, hey everyone. How's it going? So spoopy. Cool. All right, so we're going to be working on some more processing plant today. I believe one of our guys is just updating it. So I'm just going to... Okay, let me just see. I just got to update to make sure I don't override people's stuff. Yeah, the cameras are crazy. Hey, how's it going? AB. I'm just going to call you AB. That's awesome. Thanks for joining me today, everybody. All right, I'm just going to wait a little bit to go through here, just because our programmer Ben was making some changes in here, and I want to make sure I get his updates before I start working, because I don't want to overwrite his stuff. So if you're familiar with you know, game dev and all that, a big part of game dev is working with other people, obviously. So we use Unity Colab, which is this here, or Unity Collaborate. I think they added all the words now. It used to be just called Colab before. But basically what happens is Unity stores all their stuff on their server, and when somebody works on something, they can work on it, then they can push it to the Unity server, and then when I want to work on something, I have to get latest from that person and then do that. So yeah, it's really good, right? I really like it too. So it's really nice. So this is the sync button here. I'll show you. I'm going to hit sync. It's going to get a bunch of stuff. It's going to take its time to upload stuff. So I only have 1.5 meg here to get. It's going to import a bunch of things, and I'm going to get you know, people's work. I think Ben is still submitting some stuff because Colab can be a little slow sometimes, but it's really cool, and you can do like a file at a time, and you can see everybody's changes. And the cool thing is, even if, let's say, if I didn't get latest on Ben's stuff, and then I worked on a bunch of things and I submitted my stuff, Ben's work isn't destroyed forever. That version of his file is still there. I can always go back and get latest on his stuff, potentially losing what I've done, and then I'll have to find a better way to like merge that stuff together. But it's definitely, you know, possible to you know, properly work together, but also screw people over. So you have to be very careful still. Back when I was at Silicon Knights, and when we first started Pixelance, we used a program called Perforce for our Unity, or for our source management, which I really like. But you have to have your own server, and it's pretty like cumbersome and big in its own way. I've used like Git and SVN and stuff before too, but as an artist, they always scare me a little bit because it's really easy to mess up people's work, and I'm very good at messing up people's work, so try not to do that. But yes, I really like, I'm a big fan of Colab. Although we do have this thing where, because you have to get like seats for Colab, you only get like 3 for free, and then if you want more people on your project, you have to pay like per month, which is not very expensive, but ever since I've added a few more people to our Colab, Unity keeps emailing us, me like, hey, I think your company's pretty big. I think you all need Unity Pro all of a sudden. And we're not quite that big yet. But anyways, the only bad part about Unity Colab is every time you open up Unity, it like checks for updates, which can take a really long time. But I mean, that's just part of the thing. Yeah, I don't blame you. SVN could definitely be frustrating, and it's kind of scary too. Like especially if you haven't used it. Colab's great because it's all like integrated within Unity, and it just kind of works nicely. So let me just put on some music here. Put on my Lost Orbit soundtrack in the background. I like the Lost Orbit soundtrack, but I also just play it because I know Twitch won't take it down. Okay, let me get that started. And then while this is all loading and working, yeah, let me just get this going here. You guys can listen to some tunes. Anyways, while we wait for this, I'm going to show you guys a couple things that we've been working on for this level. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, totally, Ben. Every source control I've ever worked with for sure has had its like ups and downs. Restoring Google APIs? We don't even use any Google APIs. Get out of here. Get right out. We've had a few new concept bits coming so for this track, so I'll show you. So we have a new version of Dave. Dave is our big munchy robot in here. He's going to be spitting up some asteroids. So we had a few more iterations of him, which are a little color pass here. So this is probably what we're going to go through. He might have more of a hole in here to make sure that the asteroids can come out. I guess kind of like this, but the chin might kind of come down a little bit more. But yeah, this is Dave. Pretty excited to have a proper Dave in the level too. It's going to be pretty good. Editor application update. Oh, of course this is a huge update. Sometimes, you know, like I got like a meg worth of a download. It wasn't even the stuff I've been waiting for. And sometimes it just takes forever, so it's Unity. Oh, speaking of which, okay, let me get my proper sync, and this should be my level here. Yeah, 175 megs. And then I'll show you the other thing here. Where did those go? Oh, I guess I showed those robots last time. But if you don't remember, these are some of the other robots that are going to be coming into this level. There's going to be the little grabby guys that are going to be carrying some stuff and all that. So Pixelon's Vince is going to be starting on those very shortly. He's just finishing up some of his own work, and then cool. Yeah, Average Gamer. This is the new track here. It's called Processing Plant for now. We're still working on a name, and we're definitely going to do our little vote on Discord soonish. But yeah, I'll show you around once this is done updating. Apologize for the update. That's my bad. I should have got updated before the stream. But anyways, should be pretty good. So the other thing that happened is on Friday, I wasn't part of the team stream. We've been taking turns, like not being on the company stream there. But what's it called? The rest of the team played this track a bunch of times and left me some feedback. So I want to go over that feedback today, maybe, and start addressing some of those things, depending how well it plays in here. If it's not too laggy, we'll see. But I'll kind of go over some of the feedback here. So we use Trello here at work to kind of go over all our feedback, which is not a very exciting thing to look at, but it's pretty good. So some of the general feedback we had from the team playtesting is they would like to see more items in the level per area. They're just finding that people weren't getting enough items and being able to like compete against each other. Maybe a bit more checkpoints. They felt some of the sections were a little bit long and you were waiting a long time for a checkpoint, especially if a bunch of people did die. We have a bug where we have these speed volumes and force volumes, and sometimes they override the player's speed or force after they leave the volume, which is not ideal because it doesn't make sense. Sometimes like some players would be like super fast and you couldn't catch them. The camera may be too low in parts. They couldn't see Dave as well, or some of the other robots, so they want me to do a camera pass in the level too, which I very much agree with. It doesn't really showcase the level really well. It's not very exciting either. It's just kind of the kind of default-ish camera. Track might be too wide in certain areas, which is very true. This is a much wider track than the other level, but I think I just made it too wide in general. I feel I should have like wide sections. but then also have sections that aren't so wide. Um, so you know, that's definitely something I want to look at. More distance between obstacles. The team felt that you were playing against the level too much, and more you're kind of like facing the level more than you were other people, which isn't great, obviously. Um, and then maybe an idea to add more items near like a very risk reward situation, so like near the parts where you can fall off the track and stuff. That would be great. Um, and yes, Average Gamer, yeah, Trello's changed my life too. We've been using it for quite a while, but I use it for my own life too, and it does help a lot. I kind of just put everything in there. I can get pretty absent-minded sometimes, so having like a list of things I can do and move around and all that is great. So okay, so that you might have noticed a little dialogue popped up saying reload or continue. That's because I got latest on this level or on the game, and Ben had changed some stuff in the level here. So Unity was saying like, hey, do you want to override the stuff here or not? And you know, if I reloaded, it would get rid of any changes I had in here, which hopefully I did not have any. I don't think I've been working on this level since I pushed it. I think the last thing I did was this last area here, and yeah, this all looks as finished as it was before. So so let's try playing this level, and we'll see how far we get, and we'll see if we can kind of like pay attention to some of the things that the team was saying about the level. Oh shoot, I didn't load the other stuff, sorry. For testing straight through a track, we have to add some other levels in here to make sure that it works. Nita says, I used Trello last summer working on a small project with friends. It really helped us keep track. The Factory from Robots. Oh, like the Robin Williams movie? Oh, I should check that. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. That would be a good... Hey, how's it going, Ross? Ross Bogadon. Yeah, I haven't watched that movie in a long time. That'd probably be a really good reference. They had a factory in that, eh? Oh my god, I'm not entering play mode. I have stopped play. Oh, did I hit play again? Oh, I hate when I do that. I don't know if you guys do that in Unity. Sometimes I hit like play to stop playing, but then Unity's like, oh, you would like to play again. Because sometimes it doesn't respond very quickly. Oh my god, yeah, it's crazy. I know like Ben and some of the other people have like everything turns red when you hit the play button, so like you really know when you're in play mode. I should probably do something like that because that might help prevent some of that. So Ben has this cool feature. So to play from the level, you actually need a bunch of other scenes. So instead of me having to find the scenes every time and drag them in, Ben just built a little tool here under the Trial Zero tools. This game used to be called Trial Zero when it first started. And you just load photon scenes, and it'll add all the scenes that I need to actually play this game from the track, which is very handy. So just gonna jump in here. My wife brought me some Tim Hortons while I was doing my other meeting. If you're not Canadian, Tim Hortons is our like main coffee place here. This is where everybody gets their coffee. When it's good. I hope it works. Yeah, that's fair. I used to drink a lot of Tim Hortons way back in the day. They have these French vanilla cappuccinos, and I drank like 2 or 3 of them every day when I was in college, and I gained like 100 pounds. It was really bad. Oh, sorry, my controller isn't working. All right, so this is the processing plant for anyone who hasn't seen it. So let's take a look. So we do have some changes actually in here since even last time you saw it. The speed volumes work now. So now when you enter here and you're going down this hill, you are faster than the regular speed. Maybe not quite fast enough to get that feeling yet, so I might have to work on stuff. I still want to do some effects in this area to really make it feel like you're going down a hill here. But yeah, definitely not a lot of items in that area at all. So I think some of the points that they're making here are really good. So you have like a couple moving items here, which are a little bit hard to get for other players. Then you have items here again. This part's not too bad, I feel. You can get a few items. But yeah, then you're kind of going quite a long time without getting items. Even this part here is quite a bit of time before items come back in. Go through the little seesaw or saw here. And then I guess one of the things I tried doing in this track was I did put a lot of items, but they're all like really hard to get, which is fine if like if you're, I don't know, like if you want that, but it's still not great for like a lot of people getting items. So like you have ones up here, or there's none up here, there's some down there. But yeah, I could see there's, you know, we could definitely adjust that here. So and even like these ones, like there's a lot of items on moving things, which is very hard to get for players. So I definitely think I have to rethink some of that stuff. We had a suggestion too, which Ben brought up, that maybe we have like item boxes that will give you like a specific item, or at least like a specific category of items. So maybe in some of those really hard to get areas, there are things that'll give you like, you know, like a blue shell, or like a Rocket Roy or something like that, like something that's like really meaningful. So that might be a good way to you know, give people something really hard. So anyways, here's our little conveyor belt. So you see if I'm not moving, it moves me anyways. This area doesn't have a lot of parallax yet, so it's a little hard to tell. And then this area, this is where Dave is. He's up here, and then he'll be spitting up some rocks in this area, but you can also fall off the side here. And we got some of these little ramps. Oh, missed. No, oh, that's a deadly one. So definitely I'm feeling the lack of items here, even playing on my own. It's not great. Yeah, then we go through our little little twirly area here. Oh, thanks, Average Gamer. That's very nice. I actually went back and played Lost Orbit. Oh, these things aren't spawning for me. There's actually ramps that spawn over here. Oh, super death. Oh, right. Death doesn't work properly in a single player mode. I don't know why they weren't spawning. There's supposed to be ramps here that spawn, so it allows you to jump over that. But anyways, that's okay. We got through most of it. Yeah, thank you, Average Gamer. Yeah, I was gonna say I replayed, or I started playing Lost Orbit the other day. I just wanted to see how we did something in there. Whoa! How the heck did I do this? Where'd all my menus go? Is there a shortcut for full screen mode? Whoa! Did I not know this existed? Crazy. Where'd all my menus go? Yeah, that's okay, Ben. No big deal. What the heck did I hit? Oh my god. Shift space goes into full screen mode? I had no idea. Been using Unity for like 100 years and I still don't know like anything. It's crazy. Yeah, right? Yeah, I had no idea I did that by accident. Look at that. Bam. Full screen, back to menus. Oh my god. That's so great for a stream too, because then you can have all your... I could have my project view in here if I want. If I want to show you guys like my project stuff, and then you can go bam and just zip around in here. This is so much nicer. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Oh. Yeah, it is shift space. Yeah. Hey, Joey Dog, how's it going? How you doing, man? I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope things are good. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't know shifts. There's probably like a whole bunch of shortcuts. I have no idea in Unity. Shortcuts are funny, right? You kind of get like get used to working within your own little world within a piece of software, and then you kind of don't bother learning new things after a while because either those things didn't exist when you started, or whatever. So yeah, interesting. Okay, so let's maybe see if we could adjust some of these things here. So so first off, we have, oh my god. Oh, you know what? I think my emitters weren't working. So in this area down here, in this big drop that we have through the clouds, gizmos, I do have emitters over here that shoot out items. I don't remember if they were working during the build. So these actually shoot items across the tracks. So there should be a little bit more items in here than we saw. But we will take a look at that after. So this area is kind of hard because you're doing this big fall. I didn't really want to put checkpoints down this because I didn't know how well that would work, having to like start in the middle of a really fast area. So I'm probably okay leaving this as like a really long thing. But definitely this area here could use some more items. So these items here are on like a track, so they kind of travel along here. But maybe we can put some items on the side or something, so if people miss one of these, they can go off to the side and try and get one. And we have these bouncers that can bounce you into rocks, so you're kind of, the goal here is to kind of like weave in and out of this stuff, which I kind of dig so far. Maybe. Yeah, well, let's just throw some items in for today, and then we'll see what the team says and other people say. Yeah, you're right, Ben. Yeah, if the other stuff wasn't spawning, maybe it's just not spawning like right from the level. I'll play it from the menu later and see if it's working from there, but maybe the spawners aren't working as they should. So let me select my items here. So I have a few items that I've created. We have our general item pickup, which is just a single item. I've also made myself some item sets because I was really tired of putting objects in one at a time. So you see here I have like a pack of 3. Where did you go? Item set? Oh, okay, yeah. So I do have this like pack of 3, and I don't want to place those things by hand all the time for a couple of reasons. One, our track isn't perfectly flat, right? So if it's flat, I can place the items on top and it wouldn't be too hard. But our track does curves and does a bunch of weird stuff, which is going to be a pain in the butt to place stuff on. And number 2 is if I ever want to change this track, I don't want to have to go through and replace all that stuff. So we actually use this spline positioner to position our items and a lot of our crucial elements here. So I'm going to select the main computer here, which is what's defining the main flow of the track. And I am going to figure out where these things are. So I'm just going to use this number here from this bouncer that we already have, because I want to make sure my item is close by here. Okay. One second here. Okay, so now we have our item that's kind of coming up over here. And I'm going to move it over here a little. Yeah, let's move it over here. So you'll see here it travels along the track, which is really cool. Now it doesn't, it's not perfect still, but that's okay. It's going to do a lot of the work for us. So I'm going to put this over here, and then I can change up here. I'm going to build on, no, not enable awake. That's fine. I just don't want it to auto rebuild all the time. I'm going to open up my little motions panel I have here, possibly. Sorry, my Unity really doesn't like it when I'm streaming. It's a little slow. So now I can offset where this thing goes. Oh. So I'm just going to place it like right at the end here. Let's do 5.5 along the edge of the track. Maybe 6. Yeah, 6. And then maybe like a little higher. Unfortunately, when you do 3 objects at once, oops, why are you zooming out so far, Unity? Look at this craziness. I hate when it does this. It's like, just the 3 things, dude, relax. So it doesn't, when you have 3 objects together, it doesn't like bend them very well, which is kind of crappy, but that's okay. I could still go in here and then adjust like individual ones up a little bit. So okay, so then we have some items here. I might do the same thing Well, this is a short area, so this should be pretty good. Okay, then you hit a checkpoint here, and then we have this spinning array of items around this guy. So what I might do is I might duplicate this, and I'll just do it again, but over here, around this rock. Oh, I guess, oh yeah, no, that's a spinny rock there. And I'm gonna put that on the other side. Something like that, so these will spin like this. And then in the actual item, I have a photon rotating script. I'm going to spin them the opposite way, just for good measure, just so they're kind of spinning the opposite way of the other one. So we hit a checkpoint, get a bunch of items, go off of this thing, and we do have quite a long time before another checkpoint there. Okay, so we have one here. Do that. Let's do a checkpoint somewhere around here. So if people die going off of this thing here, so I'll move this thing over. Yeah, over here. Yeah, let's do that. So that way, you know, people are going to fight along this thing, fight over the ramp. These ramps aren't working really the way I want them to either, but we'll take a look at those in a second. A small chance to get an item here, and then across the ramp, which I don't really like adding items right before a checkpoint a lot of times, so maybe I'll give this a little bit of a buffer. Because really, I don't want people like starting with items right off a checkpoint. I want them to like be able to fight for a little bit, and then you know, if they die, that's fine. They can go through there. So this might give them enough time to use an item or something like that. So, and then maybe we can push the start of this checkpoint a little bit later. Yeah, even just like a little bit is fine. Might have to adjust some of the art here to make sure. I have 2 checkpoints on either side, so I just kind of, oh, my art is gone for these things. What the heck happened? Oh, that's funny. Checkpoint, checkpoint, checkpoint. This is the light. Checkpoint gate. Oh, where did my actual checkpoint go? Oh, that's hilarious. I have like a mesh here. Yeah, the mesh is still there. Whoa. Do I have like a layer hidden? Neat. Look at that. Oh, are these hidden at all? Oh, that's wild. Is this material see-through? Oh, is it supposed to be 2 materials? No? Crazy. Whoa, well, that's a problem for later. That's not a fun thing. Hey, how's it going, Spaghetti Game Studios? Things are going pretty good. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, pretty good. Just having a little bit of coffee, working on some stuff, figuring out why my checkpoint meshes are gone. That's okay. That's a problem for later. I'm not going to adjust these then if I can't see them. But yeah, there's supposed to be like a whole mesh over here. Crazy. Yeah, look at that. The checkpoint's here. Yeah, it's supposed to be this thing. Neat. What if I open up my prefab? Does it? Okay, so if I oh, you know what? Is this thing like screwed up somehow? Wow, wild Unity findings. Cast shadows. That maybe was such a shadow. Oh, anyways, whatever. I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna actually do this later. Okay, but yeah, so we have a checkpoint here now. So now we have this checkpoint here with literally no items or nothing, anything to do, which is okay. I don't mind that there's not like, yeah, I could probably revert that. I'll look into it after. I have no idea why that's happening. Anyways, now the reason I kind of kept this area simple is I wanted to change the camera in here eventually to kind of like show off this like Midgar style entrance. So I thought players would be a little bit more focused on the art in this one area, and they wouldn't want to be dodging a lot of obstacles, but that doesn't mean they should have nothing to do. So let's give them some items to get. So let's go back here. Let's select our items. And what other? I have some fun sets. Where's my diagonal one? Is this my diagonal one? Okay, so I'm just going to throw the track computer on here again. What is this, like 620? Let's see. Oh, not even close. Okay, well, this is the sideways one. Where's my diagonal one? We should have named these a little better than... These are... All right, let's find out where this is going. Oh yeah, no problem, Spaghetti Games. Glad we could do something. We don't have a ton of followers yet, but you know, anything we could do to help. We really like what you guys are doing over there too. So, you know, definitely want to support. Yeah, it's the same one. Oops. Okay, well, whatever. Let's just do this one for now. I'll adjust these later. So I have these like 3 item bits here. So we can have people start the gate here, and then we'll give them a couple chances to get some items. Maybe here, that's a little low here. Cut in through the track. Let's just raise that up a little bit. Oops, that's rotation. Don't necessarily want to do that one. Oh, too much. Yeah, just a little off the track. Sometimes the tracks aren't, you know, smooth enough to, because this one's going up a ramp, so you got like an angle, and this thing's kind of trying to be on here, but it's not, you know, it's not perfect, so we need to offset it a little bit. You need 8 short ones. Oh my god. A tall project window. This is madness. Yeah, you don't like my tall project window? I love the 1 column project. I don't like the 2 column one. I like all my stuff to be just text, which is funny. Yeah, no, I really dig it, Spaghetti. I shared it with my classes. I teach a couple classes at Niagara College, and I have a couple students that really love level design. And I'm just like, you need to watch this and like study this because it's awesome. So you need 8 short ones. I think Mark's more surprised that I only have 1 project window, not necessarily that it's tall. If you join Mark on Thursdays, you will see that he has a project window attached to all of his windows. It's beautiful. Okay, so this one's simple. You kind of just go through here, you'll get a couple items, give you a chance to kind of fight. Yeah, maybe this could use something else. Maybe I'll throw some bouncers or something in here or whatever, but we'll leave it for now. We'll just kind of give an extra checkpoint here. So then we have a rotating item here, and then going through the saw gate, and then we have a checkpoint right now. So this checkpoint I feel is a pretty good distance. It's not super long, but you have to wait a long time before you get items or really can do anything before you can kind of like fight people. So we definitely need another item set. So very good call by the team, because definitely not enough items here. So I'm just going to copy this this number here so I know generally where this starts. And let's throw in C. Let's see what C does. No, no, man. It's really, honestly, like, I really like what you guys are doing. Um, I love level design, so it's really nice to see a channel dedicated to it, because, like, if any of my students are here, if they remembered anything I said, one of the things I always talk about is, like, guiding the player. Like, it's like one of my favorite things in games. And it's funny because I'm working on another type, top-down-ish racing type game, which really doesn't need a lot of that stuff. You know, there's still some of those techniques are used to, like, make sure people know which way to go, and we used a lot more of that in Lost Orbit when it was, like, very single player focused. But in this one, I'm more concerned about, you know, what players have available to them, and all that. But yeah, I love that stuff. We used to do. I worked as an environment artist at Silicon Knights, and even though I wasn't part of the level design team, we still got to do a lot of fun stuff like that, where you know, we had to do a lot of art to help the player, you know where to go and what to see, and guide them towards items and chest boxes and stuff. And it was honestly, like, some of my favorite stuff. So seeing people in, like, big companies, you know, where that's like an art form now, and being dedicated to it is awesome to see. So, like Mega Man X intro level. Yeah, absolutely, right? Yeah, our next game is definitely going to be more of my cup of tea of designing and stuff too. Don't get me wrong, I love Mario Kart, and I grew up on Mario Kart, and that's a big reason why we're doing this game, is because we all love this type of game. But it's funny, I've had this company for like 10 years now, and I still haven't really made a game that is, like, you know, my dream project as, like, a kid growing up kind of thing. So yeah, you see this track here. This track's doing crazy things, even though, you know, even on the opposite ends of this track, you have, like, different like curvatures and stuff, and it's pretty bananas. So sometimes you just need to manually set up a couple of these items to make sure they don't intersect too much. So yeah, no, I think, you know, the more the merrier, right? We could all work on stuff together, and, you know, ping pong people back and forth to our channels is awesome. Yeah, I hear you, average gamer. It's hard, man. Like, I don't know. I know one of the things we tell our students a lot is when you, like, if you're gonna start your own studio, or go out and make your game, like, you don't really make your passion project, you know, your first game ever. I mean, not to say that you can't or shouldn't, but sometimes you just got to learn and like, make a team. Because, like, every game I want to make that's like you know, like, the thing I would love to make one day is, like, I need a team, I need money, I need time, and, you know, I'm just trying to build that stuff up. So we have a really kick-ass team now, so I think we're ready to kind of move into the type of genre that we really want to make eventually. And we love Rocket Rumble and multiplayer games. Like, this is what we played at the studio a lot. But, you know, a lot of us love adventure games and you know, level exploration kind of driven games and stuff too. So we're definitely looking forward to making some of that. So one of the things I'm going to do here, even though the team didn't bring it up during their playtest, I actually had it once, because we have this new bumper stars mode where things don't kill you instantly anymore. They bounce you around. I actually had a couple instances where I hit some of these angled pieces and got, like, either nudged under the track, or it just kind of slowed me down in, like, a not nice kind of way. So I'm actually just going to lift this up a little bit, so you know, hopefully we can prevent some of that from happening. There we go. Whatever, these boxes aren't important right now. We'll worry about that later. Okay, so now we have some items here. Let me save, because I haven't saved yet. we have, it's funny because we actually haven't had a lot of obstacles so far, but now all of a sudden we're coming in here and bam, we're introduced to the saws, and then over here, and then we're introduced right into these pads that change things around, and bam, we have sideways thwomps, upwards thwomps. So I think this is some of the stuff that the team was talking about, that sometimes there's just too many obstacles in the way of the player. So I'm actually going to just get rid of these sideways thwomps for now, mainly because I don't think they bring a ton of interest to the level either, because they're just kind of coming from the side. So we'll kind of just do some of these things. Now these things aren't very risky. They're kind of just like showing you that items and things can appear in different areas. Even these little guys, these are just collisions that you kind of just bump over, and they kind of like slow you down a little bit, but they're not really huge obstacles. So, but anyways, then you'll get introduced into thwomps, and now you're introduced to thwomps and upper levels. So I'm kind of doing the thing I don't like in games where I'm introducing a lot of new things at once, which isn't great. So maybe I don't really want to do thwomps too much later. Maybe I'll introduce thwomps a little earlier. Now I did have this thwomp introduction here where I'd have them in like a safe area. So when you first come in here, you might see these guys going like over here, going like ooh, ooh, and just like smashing whatever rocks are in here or something. I don't know, whatever factory type things. But they're not going to be interacting with the players, so they're kind of just there as like an introduction. Then you get to get introduced with them on their own. Okay, this is fine then. So then you get to introduce with them on their own, and then you get them introduced to you with another element, which is ramps, which we haven't really introduced. But I feel an elevation track, like a change in elevation in the track, isn't like a super scary thing for a player. So I think it's okay to introduce it with another element. I don't think it's going to be too much for the player. So. Okay, so where are we here? Let's talk about a couple of things. So we have our checkpoint, and then checkpoint again. Now our next checkpoint isn't until all the way over here, which is pretty long if things go sour. So maybe let's do another one in between. I don't know. I don't want to put too many checkpoints in, but also our game doesn't, like, it doesn't matter if there's lots of checkpoints. Like I want people back in the game really quickly. It's not like a bad thing. So I feel here, you'll get smushed. If you get smushed, you get right back into it. Maybe that's a little too close. Maybe we'll do that like over here or something. Okay, bam. So you're back into the action. You're presented with options. Now this track is very wide over here. That's another issue that the team brought up, is wide tracks. So let's talk about that in a little bit. But you know, maybe we can take some of these thwomps here. Sorry, I should be calling them thwomps. What do I call them? Dugs? I think these are my dugs. -4. Let's bring them in a little bit. And then we can bring in some of this. This is just like some white boxing for now. We're going to turn this into like some real stuff eventually. I feel with these ones, especially even when I was playing the last time, I felt these ramps were just like on the edges of the screen, and they were just kind of hard to use and see, and they just weren't very interesting. So I'm going to bring these in a little bit closer. Okay, so now we have items here in front of the thwomps, which was kind of what I wanted to have happen. I wanted people to make a decision whether it's worth getting an item or not. You know, if the thwomps are down and you can't get an item, well, then you're stuck, right? But you kind of have that choice. But also, there's not a lot of items to get right off the bat. So you know, let's give people a couple other options. So let's take these items. I'm going to throw a couple items in the middle here for people. Dugs, it's canon now. It is. They're all D robots. Yes, I agree. Yeah, I have that in. I did a little concept for the floors I want to do. Let's see if I could bring that up for you. Da, 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 da. Oh, cool. Sorry, thanks, Ben. I was just reading your Discord message about fixing the ramps and stuff. Ben is really fast. Sometimes you're just like, hey, Ben's this not working? And then he's like, nope, it is now. And then it's fixed. It's awesome. Okay, 1 second. Let me just bring this up. I did some really crappy concepts for our concept artist. But so for these floors here, I want to do the conveyor belts like that, and I want to do like kind of stuff like this for a lot of the ramps. So either when you either enter a ramp or whatever, I want to highlight a lot of things with yellow in this level. So I think what I'm going to do is, like, this is a 10th floor from the other level. It's just kind of crappy and repetitive. I want to have like areas that will have big pointy arrows off to the side. Like this is where people should be walking if they're coming to this factory, because it's like safer up there away from the robots kind of thing. So I want to do a lot of that, like around any areas where there is swamps. I want to make it like hazardous, like don't go here because this is where you'll get smushed. Same with like this area. I want to put like big hazards over here that like, hey, this is like a work area, don't come over here, that kind of stuff. So okay, so now I'm going to add a couple items in here. So this way, if you've decided to go down the lower path, you will have a lot of chances to get items. But I also kind of want items up top here, or at least, give you the option to go up here. And so maybe we will just give people a hint that if they hug the sides to get items, they can continue going up there. All right, this is pretty standard fare for game design, lure people in with items. Some sort of item creeper. Oh, these guys aren't parallel. Well, that's rude. I kind of eyeballed these ramps, so makes sense if they're not. Oh, also I want to build like proper ramps for this area, obviously, at some point. Let's do something like this for now. Yeah, whatever. That's fine for now. But yeah, this way we'll entice people with some items here. Oh my god, Durner, how's it going? Oh, you're doing a raid. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. That's amazing. I believe this is our very first raid ever. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Aw, thanks so much. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for dropping in. So great. Aw, thank you for all the follows. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, this is my little solo stream I've been doing here, so it's coming along. Hi, everyone. Hey, thanks for joining me. Yeah, we're working on this level here. We were actually just talking about school a couple of minutes ago. If you love art, and especially if you love music, I highly recommend you follow Durner there. She's an old student of mine from ages ago. It's been a few years now, eh? And she has an amazing channel where she paints, she sings, and it's all amazing work. So if you are looking for somebody to follow and just want some chill art time and stuff, definitely highly recommended. I join her channel a lot, especially when I'm working. It's really great, especially when you're singing too. Not to sound like weird or anything, but I don't know. It's just awesome, just having you in the background and just doing your art or whatever. Very inspirational. I just feel I can just sit around and do my art, and you're doing art. It's great. Plus, you have a pretty kick-ass community too, so that always helps. And I won't lie, I did snoop on your channel quite a lot when we were setting up our channel, because I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing or how a Twitch channel should look like. So I'm just like, hey, let's find someone who obviously knows what they're doing and has, you know, kind of like what my goal would be to have this channel, which is to be, you know, if I could even be like a fraction of your success level, you know, that'd be awesome. So yeah, we definitely did some snooping there. But hey, thank you everyone. So awesome. Hey, are my little notifications not coming up? Is that not working? Cool. Thanks. Thanks for the follow, everyone. That's amazing. So, yeah, if you're new here, my name is Alex, and I'm working on some level design and some art for our game here called Rocket Rumble. This is a new track I've been working on called The Processing Plant, and I'm here in Unity, just putting together our assets here and making a really cool level. So. Yeah, your community is amazing. Yeah, I actually really like the you do the little like post-it notes of all your subscribers and stuff in the background. I really like that too. I feel I would steal that too, but since you're coming to my channel, I don't want to make it too obvious. And I'm not going to start singing on my channel. Don't worry, that's all you. That's if people came here and I was singing, that would be like a punishment. I don't want that to be happening here. So anyways, yeah, so this is our level. This is Dave, if you want to meet Dave. He's just like a really simple white box character right now, just made out of cubes, but he's going to be chomping up some asteroids and dropping them on the track here into this lava pit. So we're gonna have him done properly. Vince is working on him. I was showing everybody before. Where did Dave go? Damn it, Dave. Oh, he's disappearing. Sorry, I just had her. We have a concept artist on our team now. And she just did a brand new drawing of Dave. So I was just showing the stream a couple minutes ago here. So this is what Dave is actually going to look like. Bob Ross mode, yeah. Just going to put a little Dave over here. I gotta watch more Bob. Oh, where's my wig? I do have a Bob Ross wig kicking around somewhere, though. I went as Bob Ross a couple of years for Halloween. Well, it was like fat Bob Ross, but it was, you know, Bob Ross-esque. But yeah, this is Dave. He's going to be pretty awesome. This factory that we're working on is also going to have a bunch of other robots. Basically, the idea behind this level is that it's just run by a bunch of surly robots that don't really know what they're doing. Awesome. Yeah, Mandela's really talented. She actually did a lot of the character design for Lost Orbit. She did our little like pop-up characters when they're talking. And we were working on this other game that never got released and we never finished and kind of abandoned a little bit. But she did a lot of work for that too. I guess I could show you if you guys want. I don't know if I have any actual art up here. Yes, Mandela's awesome. So she worked with us a bunch of years ago, and then she went and got a job doing some other stuff, and then she came back to us and has been doing some character art there. So it's gonna be really cool. Level design with Bob Ross. Stream when? Yeah, seriously. I'll get the wig next time if you guys want. I gotta watch some more Bob Ross to get his like mannerisms down, but it should be pretty good. I used to do singing, but evolved into Bob Ross mode. Yeah, I like, so Mark Game Dev, he's one of our programmers here. He also has his own channel called Fluffy Stuff. It's Mark Game Dev is on the bottom if you want to check it out on our Discord there, or our Discord, our Twitch channel. And he has like a thing you can use his stream points to activate like singing mode. So he'll just like serenade you with what he's doing, like working on some tracks over here, and he'll just like sing for a few minutes. It's pretty solid. But he's got into learning Blender. That's awesome. Yeah, no, feel free to join in. I actually, one of my students from a couple of years ago, he's sometimes in here. His name's Chunk. He started, so it's actually really cool with Blender. So he's like a big Blender guy and a Substance guy. And in my class, he was like super loving Blender, and he was just like learning all this stuff on his own outside of school. And one of the things he started doing is he started running a YouTube channel to like teach people how to use Substance and Blender. And Oh yeah, have you been? Yeah, you guys been watching Mark's channel? It's awesome. And it's so anyway. So Chunk has been running his own Substance and Blender YouTube channel, and he got pretty popular with it, and then pretty famous with it for the most part. So much so that Substance actually like hired him to be one of his or one of his. Geez, it's not a person. One of their like official tutorial people, and then I think he works for like an online school too, and he does a lot of their. Um, um, a lot of their lessons and stuff too. So I'll share the thing with you, especially if you're looking to learn some stuff. His YouTube channel is called Get Learnt with Chunk, and he does Substance, and I think he has Blender stuff on here too. But anyways, here you go. If you're interested in that, yeah, he's a student of mine from a couple years ago, and he's done a lot of work here. He actually did a lot of the rocks out here. He did, yeah, he did all these rocks here. He painted up all of these, and he's done a bunch of our customization items for our game too. So, oh, sorry, back to Dave. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, actually, I'll show you if you're interested. Data Unity. I'll just start up our game from the beginning. I'll show off some of the art that he was doing because it's pretty awesome. Yeah, no problem. Always happy to share other channels, especially obviously fellow students, and he's just really good. He's just like a really personable guy, and people just like his channel and him, and he's like super smart. So anybody that wants to get into game dev, you know, we're all happy sharing our resources. And thank you. Thanks for the follow. That's awesome. You know, super awesome. I don't know, sharing that stuff, right? I mean, I love game dev, and anybody that expresses any interest in game dev, like, I mean, we're all just super happy and interested to do what we can to help people with that. So, give me a second here. This game's just booting up. Let's do a bigger screen here so you guys can see. But I'll show you some of the things that Chunk has done for our game. So you can customize our characters here. So he did this cactus. This is a hat for some reason. Our game is just insane, silly, so we didn't really care. But yeah, he made this cactus, and he made my my other personal favorite, a Venus flytrap that actually animates as a hat. It's funny. Oh, the music. So yeah, I think the music in the game. Actually, I don't know what's playing in the menu, but I know Mark Game Dev did the music for the level, and then the music in the background that you're hearing is from Lost Orbit too. But anyways, yeah, so we have a bunch of these silly items. Do we have anything else that he made? I'm trying to think. He made a bunch. He made like a narwhal horn for us too, but I don't know if we actually got that in the game yet. And then we had one of my other students who's still in school. She did an internship with us. She did some of these glasses and stuff too, so they're pretty silly. Anyways, I'll stop showing that off. Just if you're going to be following Chunk, you can yell Venus flytrap at him, and he'll possibly know what you're talking about, or he'll think you're crazy, which is fine too. So. Anyways, yeah, back to it. So, yeah, every Monday and Wednesday, I do these little like level design and art streams, and then on Thursday, if you're interested, Mark Game Dev does a programming stream here on this channel as well. So also for our game Rocket Rumble, but he does the programming side. So it's super interesting if you're interested in that kind of thing. I tune in to his streams and partially out of support, but also partially to understand what the hell's happening with programming, because it's like way over my head. So what we're working on today is, oh, well, that's good. You got to be a little crazy these days, I feel. Everybody's a little crazy, I think, right? Especially over the last year. I think it'd be hard to make it through 2020 if you weren't a little out there. All working from home. Yeah, right? Who isn't? I feel if you're not crazy, you're either like lying to yourself, or I don't know, something's wrong. Maybe not wrong. That's not a good word to say, but you know. we're all a little bit crazy. We're all crazy about different things, right? Game dev or art or, I don't know, lobsters, whatever. Okay, so what we're doing today is, oh, thank you for the follow. This is amazing. You guys are awesome. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I know. Yeah, my time. We have one of our big fans of this game is from Australia, so he's like just waking up now. So I understand with EU is not great too. I'm from Poland, so I know like none of my family back home can ever watch me because we're like 6 hours off. So that's awesome. Yeah, no, thanks for joining me. Yeah, if you guys ever want to hop in, yeah, definitely come on down. If you feel like joining yet another Discord channel, we have a pretty good little game dev community on there too. So if you ever want to share your work or talk about stuff, so the only people who are truly crazy are the ones who say they aren't. Yeah, isn't that true? Oh, we should. Does that work? We should set that up. Sorry, we have. If you scroll down on the bottom here, we have a little join our Discord thing. I don't know if that actually works in the chat. I'm new to Twitch, so I don't know if I've set up things correctly, but. Yeah, seriously. All right, so yeah, what we were doing before is on Fridays we have like a little game dev log on this channel where part of the team plays the game and we kind of talk about. Yeah, awesome. No, thank you for joining. That's so great. Yeah, feel free to post any dev stuff in the community, and if you need any help or if you yeah, if you want any recommendations for anything, we're always happy to talk about stuff. So, yeah, the team on last Friday, they were playing, and they had a lot of good feedback from me for playing this level. This is a brand new track that I've been working on for Rocket Rumble. So we did quite a lot of playtesting on it before, but a lot of the mechanics had changed and the game has gotten a little bit different. So they gave me a lot of good feedback, so I've been kind of going through today and adjusting a lot of that. So primarily placing more items so players can have more stuff to do, and then maybe spacing out some of the obstacles, because I did have a lot of stuff, like you're constantly you know, trying to get out of these thwomps, dugs as we call them here. So they kind of go up and down while you're racing and try and smash you. So I had a little bit too many clusters of things together. So like for instance here, you go through a checkpoint. Now you're dodging these things, you're dodging these things, you're hitting a ramp, you're dodging these things, and then like this thing over here, it's a little much, right? They felt that we weren't competing against each other as much as we were competing against the level. That's not really the vibe we're going for in like a party game. So I think my mind was a little bit stuck on Lost Orbit times, so definitely not great. So okay, so we start off here and we have two options for the players. So number one, if these things move in and out here, they go like this. Sorry, this whole thing goes like this. So if this thing's in the way, you're going to want to dodge it, which you always have a gap here. So if you don't go up the ramp, you're not totally screwed. You can still get out of the way. And I have items actually on the side of these objects here, which you can get, which is cool. They're actually kind of hard to see, so I don't know if I really love this whole sideways item thing. It's a little hard to time, but I think I'll do a couple more play tests to figure out if this is something I want to do or not. But anyways, these are kind of doing this. And then if you want to avoid this completely, you have the option of going above this area here and then trying to go over top of players. But really, like from the start of this checkpoint, there's no guaranteed way for you to get items. They're all really hard to get. You can either do this one, the ones on the side, this one on the top if this happens to line up over here, because this thing goes all the way across like this. So not great, right? Same with this ramp. This ramp goes side to side, so there's not a lot of chances for players to get items, which isn't really great. So I'm going to fix that today. So we're going to move one of these items up over here. So I'm going to give players a few options. So number one is if you want to get an item right away, maybe I will put them off to the side here. So let's do let's do this here. So this is still a little bit of a risk and reward, but at least you're guaranteed to get items. So let's do like 6.5. I use this spline positioner thing here that we have. It's this tool that we bought off the Unity Asset Store that lets us make our tracks and then position things along the track, which is really cool. So basically, I think what I want players to do is I want them to cross this checkpoint, and then they take the super safe way up here, but if they want an item early, they can go off to the side and be guaranteed an item, but have a really hard time maybe coming back up this ramp. It's a lot of changes, which they could probably still do, but it'll be a little bit harder. So they're kind of forced to go down this harder way, which has an obstacle in the way. So I think I like that, but let's see that. So I'm kind of making a lot of decisions, ahead of time. We're going to need to play test all of this stuff. I'm going to put this on both sides just so players have a couple options here. It's a game that's up to 4 players, so sometimes there's a lot of players on screen. So we typically have to put a lot of items on there just to make sure that no one's like being overly screwed over. If you're constantly in second place and you're missing all the items because the person ahead of you gets them, it's not really a great feeling, right? So okay. So, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some items up on this ramp here. So even though you went the safest way, I don't want to punish you for that, but you're also not going to get like super rewarded. So maybe, I don't know if that'll work. Hold on. Is this the center here? Oh, it is. My ramp isn't centered very well. So maybe I'll just put like one item up here. So if you're the first person to get through this area and get up on the ramp successfully and make it to the end of the ramp, then you get rewarded with an item, but other players don't, right? I like the whole idea of some risk and reward for players. And if you're the first one somewhere or you take the riskier chance, you have the, the option to get things. So okay, so you come down here, people are going to get a bunch of items. Now that everyone should be itemed up after this point, or at least most people, many items will be used. So people will throw projectiles at each other and attack. And so we'll have this little area here, this little up ramp here for people to attack each other and kind of go through that motion of combat. Now, our next checkpoint isn't until all the way there, which is a little far. So the way I like to kind of wave these out is I like to do like a point of collection of items and then a point of attack, and then a point of collection and then a point of attack. So I think we should probably do another checkpoint right up here after this up ramp kind of starts. But we do have a lot of obstacles going here. Now I have this crazy thing which does this, which is kind of cool, but I feel it's not really working. It was kind of like this weird brain idea that I had where I'm like, oh, what if there was like these scissor things and you got to like jump off of the side of them? And I don't really love them, so I'm going to pull them out for now in lieu of a checkpoint. So I'm going to move this guy over here. And I'm going to add another checkpoint right after all that craziness that had happened. All right. Glad you guys all showed up here today because I am juicing. I have my second giant coffee, and my wife brought me a Tim Hortons donut with mini eggs in the middle, so I have eaten like a lot of sugar for today. Yeah, they were kind of like pinball bumpers, right? The little thing like that. Yeah, you're totally right. I was feeling the oh my god, Rollers of the Realm vibe here when I was making this or something. Okay, so so people are going to be doing some combat. There's a chance they could get another item. And then there's another chance they could get an item right before the checkpoint, which I don't really love. We're going to go uphill. We'll see. We'll see how this feels. Maybe I don't like it. Not really. No, they're friends of ours that just worked like in the same office. Oh, sorry, Timmy's. Yeah, they're just out for Easter, and they are not legal. My wife had to steal them or smuggle them out. You have to like specially ask for them. No, you don't. They're really good. I don't know if they're actual mini eggs or eggies or some other ripoff brand, but they're really good. It's like a little nest of sprinkles with eggs in the middle. It's delicious. But yeah, no, Rollers of the Realm. Yeah, no, they're good friends of ours. Erica, who's the producer there, her and her husband Dave both worked at Silicon Knights, and then Tony I know from them, but then Tony's brother is now working on this game too. He's doing some audio for us. And I think my only contribution to Rollers of the Realm is they needed an explosion effect. So I think I gave them one of the explosions from Lost Orbit to use in that game. I don't know if they actually ever used it, but there was like a in there somewhere. So I guess we helped, but not really. It was nothing substantial. We did work on a lot of their other games. We did a lot of work on Auto Age, and we've worked on some other projects with them too. So I love those guys. They're awesome. If anyone's listening here, yeah, I gave emotional support. Yeah, we were there. We played the game. I told them I love pinball. I played it on they had like an arcade machine. It was good. Yeah, we have a few explosions in that game. If anyone's listening, there is a game out there called Rollers of the Realm. It's a pinball RPG, if you're ever looking for a pinball game. So it's like a full RPG with characters and magic and dogs and knights and stuff. And like a cool story you go through, but all the combat and like gameplay is done through pinball. So like you like switch like all the balls that you get for your pinball are like different characters, and then they all have different like stats and stuff. It's awesome. It's really awesome. Yeah, I really wish it did better, like all games anyway. But yeah, Rollers of the Realm was awesome. And I don't know if did you ever get to play. Yeah, no, it's really cool. Did you guys? Did anybody ever play Puzzle Quest? It was like a phone game way long time ago where it was an RPG, but then all the combat was like a match 3 kind of puzzle. It's kind of like that, but instead of match 3, it was pinball. So it was amazing. Yeah, really cool. And there's a dog. It's a dog. You get to like all your characters have like you play as them, but then they get to like some of them have like summons you could do. So like this one guy like Eagles will show up and like help you, and I think one of them have like a dog that shows up and can fight for you. So. Oh, do they have a Marvel and Magic one? Is it like the same team? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh my god, I should check that out. I love Puzzle Quest so hard, like too much. I remember playing Puzzle Quest, and the entire time I'm thinking, I'm like, this is really stupid, but I love it so much. I don't know, match 3 and RPG and stuff. It's so crazy. Yeah, and yeah, they did a game. Fandom Compass. They did a game a couple years ago called Auto Age, which we've been actually trying to take a lot of advice from them on that, because it was a 4-player kind of like car combat game. So not similar in gameplay styles as us, because theirs was more like Rocket League meets I don't know, guns, I guess, or explosions. But they helped us out a lot with like just telling us how they did their online stuff and giving us some feedback on that, or like some do's and don'ts kind of thing. So it was really cool. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take these boosts here. So we have this ramp. But so what I like doing a lot is when I have things like this, things that move across the field, I like to put boosts before them, because I feel our game doesn't have a lot of like variable gas and stuff. Like you can gas and brake and stuff, but sometimes if you look ahead and you know there's an obstacle coming by that's like changing, you can hit a boost and like get that speed and then adjust accordingly while you're going really fast. We have that in one of our other levels, and I like the feel of it, so I always like throwing that stuff in there. So I'm gonna not to reuse ideas a lot, but if I just like the feeling of it and like the options it gives to players. So And this is an uphill, so I feel like, you know, players are going to be going here, and like our uphills don't really mean anything in this game. Um, but I feel an uphill warrants a boost actually. And actually I feel it should be a little earlier too. So players are going to come out of here. They're going to dodge all this stuff. Yeah, let's do a boost earlier on. Let's do a boost here. So we still have actually a lot of artwork to do for this level, but I wanted to take today as a break to do this stuff because I feel it was very necessary. Is this thing not on a track? Lame. I have to move this by hand? Ew. Okay, I'm going to move this up here a little bit. So people are going to boost. They're not going to get to see those up ahead. Well, maybe. We'll see what the camera's like. But I'm going to throw this here too, just to really like mix up some stuff over here. So, okay, so again, collection, fight, boost, boost. Possibly get an item at the end if you're risky and you want to start. This is really stupid, but like, oh my god, eh? I know. Isn't that like, that's like game dev in general though. I'll tell you one of my guilty pleasures, and I'm assuming some of you will unfollow me because I'm going to say this, but it's one of those games where it's really stupid and it's so dumb, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love Death Stranding so much. And it's like, I know it's not like a really good game and the premise is stupid, but my god, I love that game. It was so batshit crazy. Apologize for the language. It was so crazy and like so dumb in many ways, but I also just love how slow and dumb it was too, and for some reason it just really like, I don't know, just really like, really felt it. I don't know. It's one of those things. Yeah, right? Sometimes a game just, yeah, I agree. Sometimes a game just hits you. Like, everybody can hate it. Or vice versa. People can love it, and you could just be like, I don't know why people love this game. And then vice versa. You could, like, have a game. It's like a TV show, anything, right? Like, there's lots of TV shows I love that I know aren't great. Or, like, movies that I know people think are shitty, but I still love them. I don't know. It's fine. It's the thing, right? Media is so subjective. Like you could love and hate anything, and it doesn't matter if other people like it or hate it. Sometimes things just get you. I love when I love a movie and I know it stinks. Like I know it's not a good movie by like movie standards, but as far as, you know, whatever's happening in my life right now, this movie was just exactly what I needed. Oh, it's awesome. It's kind of a nice feeling, right? Robot Roller Derby Disco Dodgeball. I heard that was really good. I've never played that too. That's funny, eh? Yeah, some games you just come back to. I don't know. Okay, so let's see. Well, what did we do here? So we went through the thing, the checkpoint. We got some items. We had some choices. We dodged a bunch of crap. This is a pretty heavy, dodgy area. So maybe this is too much. We'll kind of take a look. I kind of like this idea that if you go up here, you can get an item up here still, but I understand that it might be a little too hectic over here, but we'll see. So you get a bunch of items, you go uphill, you get your last chance to maybe get an item to start off the next checkpoint with, but it's like very risky and hard to do. And then we're going to start the process again. So you're going to go through this checkpoint, and then you're going to want to get some items. Now this is a very short checkpoint before Dave, which is okay. I'm going to move this checkpoint up a little bit. I don't want to move it up too far because I don't want people to start on the conveyor belts, because I don't really want you to start and just start drifting to the left. So I want a little bit of space over here, but I also want to give myself some space back here too. So that's okay. So some people might have items over here right off the bat, which I don't love. We'll see. I don't really love this checkpoint. I think there's some good ideas here, but it might be a little messy. So we'll play test it, right? I try not to make too many judgments too quickly if without play testing, right? So we'll see. Okay, you're gonna go up this hill. You're gonna have Dave coming up, so things are gonna get pretty wild. Now this next area here is a little crazy with some ideas, so I'm probably going to do this area as like a pretty chill zone. So let's get some of these items going. All right. So let's start off this area with just like a lot of items. Oh God, why you close on me? Yeah, so we'll kind of have 2 off on the side here, so 4 items, so there's a chance everybody can get an item at this point. And I like that. There's, you know, it's like a good start sometimes to make sure that everybody can get it, get something. So they all have some items, and then they all have to push together. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? So one of the other criticisms was that these tracks are very wide. Now this track over here, we have a conveyor belt here, so there's a lot going on here already. So I'm actually not going to add a lot here aside from maybe items, but this track is wide because there's lots of obstacles. So I feel this next area could do with some truncating, right? Making things a little smaller. So maybe we'll go back and do that to a few other rooms, because we did talk about that a little bit so far. But let's just let's make this a little snugger so people have to get a little closer together. Snugger? Is that a word? Can you be snugger with people? More snug? I like that word. We were talking about the word portmanteau the other day. I think that's how you say it. When like 2 words get combined to make a new word. And I didn't realize, for some reason in my brain, I don't know why I'm even talking about this, the word smog is smoke and fog. And my brain was just like, whoa, of course it is. Why didn't I ever think about that? Oh, sorry, it's stupid. But I just, I love it. I love words. When words come together, make some new words. It's great. I'm gonna throw some more items over here. We're gonna make this area a little hectic. So if 2 people missed an item, they get another chance right there. Actually, let's, why don't we just put a bunch of items along this whole thing here. Make this area a little crazy with just items. So, bam, funnel people into this snug area. Get some of these ramps. Now these ramps are fun. They don't really do much for players. They're actually just kind of there for fun. In the sense of like, if you hit them, you get a little speed boost and some airtime. But if you don't hit them, it doesn't really matter. Sorry, just making sure things are even. Apologize for all the crazy camera movements. I'm just trying to adjust over here. Let's move this over here a little bit more. There we go. Anyways, what's everybody playing these days? What are you guys up to? I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's been my life for the last couple weeks now, at least. You know, it's funny, if you feel you don't have a lot of time to play games, my suggestion for you, if you want to or can, is have a baby. Man, when I had a baby, I just had like, all of a sudden just had all this damn time to play games, just because the baby sometimes won't sleep and you have to stay up with them, or gets up really early and doesn't let you sleep in. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna hang out, play some games. It's been great. Audience is playing Subnautica to deal with the fear of open water and ocean. Oh, that's cool. Not a big fan of the open ocean? I don't blame you. I love the ocean, but it's definitely scary. We actually had that talk a little while ago. Oh yeah, Surviving Mars. You know, it's funny, that game was free on Epic, right? Like a couple weeks ago, and someone's like, "Oh, you should check this out. It's free on Epic." And so I went on there, and I was like, "Oh, this game looks amazing. I'm gonna pick it up," and I already had it. It's one of those stupid gamer moments where you're just like, "I'm gonna get this game," and realize it's been in your library for, you know, a decade, and it's just been sitting around. Oh yeah, Valheim. I gotta get into Valheim. I really love like crafting games, and I love some survival games, and everybody's telling me it's like a good mix of a lot of those things. So, um, Breath Edge. Oh, I gotta check that out. Breath Edge. Hey, cool. Oh, this looks cool. Oh, I'm digging the style. Oh my god, I was just looking for a character that looked like this the other day. Somebody was talking about like a 70s. Oh, this is awesome. Survive in outer space together with your immortal chicken. Do you have a chicken that you hang out with? That's awesome. Yeah, I do love Norse mythology. Actually, I worked on 2 Human. My first week at Silicon Knights, I came in and I was like super gung-ho to start working on some stuff because I had just graduated from school. And I'm like, all right, cool, what am I going to be working on? They're like, okay, here's a gigantic book on Norse mythology. Just read it. And that's like all I got to do for the first like week or so. And I was bummed because I didn't, I wasn't like right in the heart of doing game dev right away. But my God, I was pretty happy because I love Norse mythology. So fascinating. Oh, oops. Forgot to duplicate. It was the art and the chicken that sold me. How could the chicken not sell you? Did you ever watch the new Lost in Space? I think it was Lost in Space. I think they have like a chicken on that, don't they? There's like the one guy who was like a chicken friend. They like save a chicken, so he's just taking this chicken everywhere through space. Okay. So now we have this tight area. Apologize if you hear some screaming. I promise everybody's okay up there. My wife is handling the situation. I think one of my boys just woke up or something and just not having it. It's been really nice here the last few days, so all they want to do is just live outside, which I really don't blame him. The chicken in the art. The art looks really nice too. I love the like. Is it 70s? Is that the aesthetic? I don't know my ages very well somehow. Oh man, look at this chicken. You can hold this chicken up. That's amazing. This looks really awesome. Cool. Yeah, I really should just get Valheim. I don't get a chance to play a lot of PC games because I have to be down here, and then my family gets upset at me for not spending time with them. But so I end up playing a lot of console games. It's a little easier, but I definitely want to get some Valheim. I kind of want to start streaming, like one of our programmers, Mark Game Dev. I mentioned before, he's got his own channel called. His name is Mark Game Dev on the channel front, but he's Fluffy Stuff, and I'm really enjoying watching him stream, and it makes me want to stream, like not work stuff. And I'm like, oh, this way I could play some games too. And my wife can't be too mad because it's technically work, but. Oh, what are you doing in here, Pillar? I thought I moved you. Well, I don't think that was there last time. Maybe it was. What the hell are you doing here? Get out of here. No, I'm really messing up this prefab. Don't judge me on this. Yeah, that's gross, but whatever. That's fine for now. People won't notice from the angle they're at. Game dev is all about just lying. You just mess stuff up. Yeah, you should check it out. I wonder if that's where they got the idea from. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lost in Space. One of the people, like rescues a chicken, and then he's just hanging out with the chicken the whole time. But yeah, If you think of Valheim, can play with Bojans and I. Oh yeah, okay, cool. You guys been playing together? That's cool. How is it? You like play on a server, right? Like it's not just like a single player game. It's like co-op, I guess, if it's co-op. Okay, so this is a pretty long checkpoint. Actually, you're gonna go through all this, and yeah, maybe I'll just do a checkpoint right after. Yeah, so you survive Doug, and then you hit a checkpoint right off the bat. And then I can move all of these guys up ahead a little bit. I think I played on stream. I just want to play it. Yeah. It has a great system that way. You can launch any single player game as a server for you. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. So is it like persistent? Like you can play over, I'm assuming, because it's a pretty huge game. Like, so if we all started a game together, is it like we're all building stuff? Can you build stuff? So I have no idea about anything in Valheim. I know it's like a dope looking Viking survival kind of game, but is it like can I build like structures and houses and stuff? Or is it just kind of like survive and see how long you survive for kind of thing? I apologize. I don't know anything. Let's get rid of these asteroids. Why are you guys even here? Okay, so we're going to go through the Douglas array here. He's going to go bleh, spit out some asteroids. You survive that, you're going to hit a checkpoint. And then the next fun here is we're going to hit a bunch of ramps. Yeah, so let's do ramps. This next section, the theme will be ramps. And then the next section after that will be madness, because I'll talk about that next section later. So you're building technically a survival game. Oh, it's not okay. Oh, okay. I heard the survival stuff is like, yeah, like pretty chill. Okay, cool. I kind of dig that, because that kind of like, I know people like that about survival games, and that kind of puts me off a little bit. Like I really liked No Man's Sky, because although you had to do a bunch of stuff to survive, most of it was like pretty chill. You didn't really have to do too much. I don't know, I like exploring and like getting out further. I don't really want to be like punished for not keeping an eye on every single thing all the time, which I understand if people like, but it's just not my jam, you know. Okay, so yeah, you survive this part here, and then you're gonna hit ramp town over here. You go get all your ramps. These ramps are they're random, so they go up and down. So like when two are up, one is down, and vice versa, right? I could make them a little bit more like might be kind of fun, but anyways, so they're kind of random, so you don't have to hit them, but I'm going to kind of entice people to aim for them to get an item. So this building, for instance, you can, okay, sorry, No Man's Sky. Yeah, No Man's Sky is amazing. I really want to play it in VR. I have a PSVR at home now, and I have the game on PlayStation, which is where I play. I had the PSVR at work, so I didn't get a chance to play it yet, but that game seems like it would be the best in VR. And like my wife really loves that game too. She like fell in love with it the first time they like showed the game off, and then she ended up spending a lot of time playing it. And then they introduced like all the like random space encounters with like aliens, and then the sandworms are in there now. And I asked her if she wanted to play it in VR sometime, and she's just like, no, like it's too real now. Like it's too many scary things could happen randomly, and in VR it's just even scarier. So, which I agree, everything is just scarier in VR. You just like, I don't know, just stuff's jumping out at you. Has anyone do they have a Resident Evil game in VR? I remember when VR first like kind of got announced like ages and ages ago, before it was like even popular. I remember talking to people and like the second they make a Resident Evil VR game, like people are gonna die. Like it's just gonna be the scariest thing ever, or any sort of like survival kind of game. Oh, was it? Oh my god, terrifying. Yeah, exploration of Valheim's a lot of fun. Oh, okay, that's awesome because that's like my favorite thing in games. That's cool. I love the. I actually love the graphics too. So we were talking about it the very first time on our team stream on Fridays, like few weeks ago or something, and I think Mark Game Dev or somebody else was like, "Oh yeah, I love the like PS1 kind of like vibe to it." And I hadn't seen like a proper video of the game. I was just looking at screenshots, and I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like the game is like beautiful," and then like next gen-ish kind of whatever, like just high fidelity art. And he was like, no, it's like, it has that like PS1, low kind of like texture vibe to it. And I looked it up and I didn't realize it had that style because they layer all this like modern lighting and post-processing on top of it that you kind of forget it's even there. And it's such a nice mix where it's like this beautiful retro stuff, yeah, with like all this like awesome post and lighting and effects. It's really, really cool, really. As like an artist, like is super respectful. I really love the like fusion of the two. So I haven't played the game myself, so I don't know exactly moment to moment what it looks like, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And like I don't know those guys whatsoever, but when you see an indie company of like this small like 5-person team or whatever they were put out a game and then be like that successful with it, like they sold like a couple million units I think in their first couple weeks, it just like warms my indie dev heart to know that there's indie devs out there that are actually doing good and will put out a game that they love and worked on a bunch of time for, and then they actually get the sales and the like press and stuff behind it to actually support the game. It's just so nice. So nice. I love it. I don't know, like I wish it was me, obviously, because I'm a human and I'm selfish, but it also at the same time warms my heart to see other devs, doing so well. And I mean, it happens a lot, and but I don't know, for those guys especially, for some reason, I was like really like indie dev proud of them, It's like, yeah, you did it. You're living the dream. You made a game and people actually care about it. It's amazing. Because like on my day-to-day life, I just talk to indie devs that I know, and they're just like, oh, I spent 2 years making this game, and it sold 100 copies. So it's nice. It's nice when you hear something, right? Yeah, you're like, that'll be me soon. That'll be amazing, right? Yeah, I don't know. Could live vicariously through their success. Oh yeah, Resident Evil 7. Yeah, sorry, you guys were saying Resident Evil 7 came out in VR, eh? It sounds terrifying. It sounds terrifying. I really want to play it. Do they have, is Alien Isolation VR? I have Alien Isolation, I love it. But, like I said, I haven't hooked up my PSVR yet. So I'm actually I love the new controllers that they announced for PS5. I don't know if you guys agree, but obviously I haven't used them, but I'm so happy it's not just like a stick with a ping pong ball on it anymore. It looks really cool. It looks more like the Oculus controller, which I love. I love the roundness and stuff of it, or like the Vive. The Vive has a really kick-ass controller. Vive. Yes. Oh my god. Oh, it is. Oh my god. Alien Isolation was so terrifying. I just rewatched all the Alien movies like last week again because I got that Disney Plus Star channel that they have, and here in Canada at least, all the Alien movies are on there. And like I love those movies so much, and I remember playing Alien Isolation, and I'm like, I didn't think they could make a perfect Aliens game, and they did. And then I was thinking that the other day too. I'm like, I wonder if it's in VR. I never even bothered checking because when I first played it, I didn't have any sort of VR set, so I didn't even bother. So, good God, I hope no one's made a VR Modern Isolation. There is. Oh my God, terrifying. That game is so scary on its own already. Oh, thanks, Joey Dog. Oh, sorry, not Joey Dog. Sorry, I mixed it up. Thanks for, yeah, well, I'm looking forward to you guys playing this game too. I hope it turns out okay. Making a new Aliens game. Yeah, that looks. The new Aliens game looks pretty cool too. Actually, the what Colonial Marines should have been game. Is these my lava spewer things? Oh, they are. Okay, I'm gonna leave these lava spewers for a little bit later. So let's actually backtrack this checkpoint here a little bit. I love this track. Yeah, that's true, eh? That's pretty funny. I hope it's good. It's like Left 4 Dead, right? But with aliens. I feel like people always tried making that game, like Aliens. They tried making it into like an action game, and when they made Alien Isolation, I'm like, this is what I wanted my Aliens game. I just feel that's like what it deserved to be. Is like this spooky horror game with aliens and creepy ass androids. Like, I was so happy that game had androids because like that was what Ripley was like always afraid of, and they were always just like unnerving. And I mean, obviously with like David and stuff in the new games too, or in the new movies, like just to try and make the androids feel like extra weird and stuff is always, I don't know, it's just good. So I'm gonna change things up a little bit here. So I have these boosts in here so far, but I actually don't really want the boosts at this point. Oh, I guess they're not boosts. They're boosts with the pads. Yeah, they're so huge, right? Yeah. You know what? Actually, as like an artist, I love the like retro future. I mean, it's from the movies, but they did such a good job. I think that was a Sega game. I remember when that game first came out, and I was just like, oh my god, you guys like nailed the aesthetic. It was like so simple. Like they mainly just modeled stuff and then just threw kind of like a tileable texture on there with like a little bit of noise just to give it like some je ne sais quoi. But yeah, it just felt so good. I don't know. It was awesome. So, oh, what am I doing here? Dun, dun, dun. Okay. All right. Yeah, retro future is great, right? I don't know. I love it. Actually, that's, we're talking about those like movies that, I know a lot of people don't like and people like, and like, or like, you will like kind of thing. The Aliens movies are definitely, I have some like weird things. Like I actually really like Aliens 3, the one where they're in prison. I actually think that one's pretty sweet, even though I know a lot of people don't like that one. 4 is okay. But I really love Prometheus, and I know a lot of people didn't like Prometheus, but I really like it. It was really good. My kind of future. Malfunctioning androids. Just really like low tech. Yeah, I actually rewatching them all. I think I like 4 the least now. I thought 4 was better than I liked it now, and I like 3 a little bit more than I used to. Or sorry, I like 3 more than I used to, and I like 4 less than I used to, or something. I don't know, whatever. There's parts of 4 that I think are awesome. 1 and 2 is like, they're very different movies. That's fair. 3 and 4, yeah, I agree. So 1 and 2 I feel are like very, it's kind of like Terminator and then Terminator 2, right? Like the first one on both of them is more like this slower grind, like scary one person versus one scary ass thing. And then part 2, even though Terminator is only still one Terminator, they're more like action movies, right? So all other opinions are wrong. That's fair. And I totally agree. Like 2 is a much better action movie than 1. But 1 is a better, like, slow burn horror kind of movie. Oh wait, I can't do this with this one. Let me get rid of the spline thing on this one here. So, I don't know. The hard part about 1, I know for like a lot of people, is like it's an older movie now, so like it's a little harder to watch with the stuff. But I don't know. I really love Ridley Scott, so I really like part 1. But I also like what James Cameron does with a lot of things, so I also really like part 2. So Ripley with the flamethrower in Aliens, yes, I agree. She's so good. But then also in part 2, she has like the mech suit, and she's like going around and leave her alone, you bitch. Like, oh, so good. She's so awesome. Did I ever tell you guys? I watched Aliens like way too young. I was like in grade, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something, and they had Aliens in my library at the time, and I was like, oh, what's this? An Aliens movie? This sounds really cool. And the librarian just did not give a care. She's just like, yeah, whatever, just go watch this. And I think I watched Aliens 2 first. I don't remember which one I watched first, but it was definitely one of them. And like, I watched this movie on my own as a kid, and it was terrifying, but I fell in love with it so hard. And then I ended up watching like all these crazy movies that, like, my parents didn't care because they didn't understand movies, because, I don't know, we were from Poland and I don't think we had movies or something back then. But they just, like, my parents didn't care. So I ended up watching like 2001: A Space Odyssey and all the Aliens movies and like all this really weird shit, and I was just like so floored by it. It was so good. Oh, did they really? I guess. I mean, a lot of people rip off Aliens. If it wasn't drama, they assumed it was for kids. You watched RoboCop when you were 4? Oh my god, RoboCop will mess you up. Verhoeven movies are like... So like Aliens is monsters and there's gore and stuff's jumping out of people's chests. But like RoboCop 1 and 2, like they'll mess you up. Like RoboCop 1 and 2 are just like, hey, society is a piece of garbage. Like, take a look at how horrible human beings can be for realsies. And it's like messed up. I still have this like scarred into my brain image of, I think it's RoboCop 2, where is RoboCop 2 is with the big RoboCop, right? What's his name? Oh my god, I can't remember the big machine's name. Where they put the serial killer, they put Red Foreman into him. I think it's Red Foreman in that one, right? They put the serial killer into the big brain of the big RoboCop, and there's a scene where he grabs somebody that was like on his team by the face and just shakes them to death, and it was like so nonchalant because he's this huge robot. It messed me up. I remember watching that as a kid, and even then I'm like, I don't think I should be watching this. This is like not good for my psyche. And yeah, it was pretty wild. Okay. Sorry, so back to this. Okay, so we're gonna do a bunch of jumps, get a bunch of items, and then I want people to fight over getting these boosts over here, but also I'm gonna try and funnel them into a smaller area to kind of try and promote some stuff. And then this next area here is introducing these magma geysers. So I have 2 of them introduced right off the bat here, so I want people to see these items. And these items are interchangeable too, so I want people to see some items and go for them and hopefully get spooked or murdered by a couple of these magma pillars. And this is the only time you really see them in the game, so it's a very short thing, but I think it's kind of a fun thing, so. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I couldn't remember. Yeah, and Starship Troopers is amazing too. That's Verhoeven as well, right? So, I know RoboCop 1 and 2, I don't really remember 3, but 1 and 2 are like pretty awesome, I don't know, little views on society, and it's just kind of messed up, but okay, so you're gonna get introduced to some magma pillars. Pillar. I kind of like this area. It's a little tight, but that's fine, I think, because these aren't up all the time. Maybe there's too many of them. Yeah, there's probably too many. Let's get rid of these guys and then move this one in between these items here. What do you think, Mark? You guys played this one. Did you feel there's just too many magma pillars? I feel you kind of get hidden by them. I feel the ones on the outside are okay, but the ones in the middle, I think there's just too many. So I think maybe just 2 in the middle are going to be fine. They're kind of off to the side, so I kind of want people to like weave in and out of these. They're not like super. They sucked his brains out. It's pretty funny. Get out of here. Okay, so now we're going to go into this thing, and this thing's actually pretty chill. There's lots of items in the beginning here, and then there's lots of these obstacles. But maybe we could do a couple more items in these obstacles too. Oh, you guys aren't doing super good, are you? Boop. Yeah, let's rotate you so you're actually facing the right direction. Oh, God, not that one. My goodness. Yeah, there's too many of them, eh? Like the camera. I mean, maybe with some camera changes they could be a little better, but they were a little much. So I removed 2 of them, so we'll see what that's like, and then you know, game design is all about like a ton of iterations. So it's always good to make like lots of little changes. Which I mean, I'm still making a lot of changes to this level, but you know, I'm not like overhauling too much. And I just want to see what it's like, all right? So I want to see, let's play some games, and let's see if this helps or if this still kind of stinks or whatever. So we'll see. So I'm going to throw some items in here too, because Unity doesn't have a good way for me to like rotate around. There we go. Oh, and then my controls are backwards because I'm technically upside down. Ooh. Gross. Okay, so I'm going to throw a couple items over here. Apologies for the smashing noises. There's my son upstairs is, I think he's in WrestleMania today? I don't know what he's doing. He likes to just, likes to do a smash, you know? Just loves the smashing. Because why not? All right, so we'll go from here, and let's go over here. I'll put one in the middle here, I think, just so people can crisscross. What? That's not the middle. Oh, I think I just typed 5 again. Oopsie daisies. And then that should be enough, I think, for now. So we have this big array here. Oh my God. Sorry. Oh. Okay. Whew. Okay, so we go in here. We have this big line of items, and then a few more in case you missed that one. So you gotta have like a good makeup for that. Okay. Then we have a checkpoint right off here. We have ramps that cut across here. You can't see them in the project window, but we have this little emitter here, and it moves like ramps right across that line there. And then some of these ramps have items, so I feel you have like a good chance of getting an item on that ramp, but maybe not good enough. Maybe we want to put a few in the beginning here. Oh, and then we have items over here. Well, this area is a little long, but it's also the last like 2 checkpoints of the game, so I don't mind making the last 2 checkpoints a little tough. And then I feel maybe, what do we have? 3 of these things? Maybe we could do a checkpoint after this first one. I don't know. I think this last area felt okay, right, Mark? This wasn't too bad. There's a lot going on here. Maybe there's too many thwomps, because you're already dealing with the ramps. Some of these thwomps might be just a little close. So why don't we put this guy up ahead a little bit, So you're going to jump over a ramp, dodge him quickly, then you have this chance to get these items. What are these items doing? Oh, those are pads. Okay, so we have this guy here. He rotates. Let's move this off to the side a little bit. Okay, and then did I copy it or not? And then I'm going to put them on the other side too, just to give a little bit more item spaces there for people. So now we'll have these two. Oops. Okay, so these will be doing this. That'll be kind of fun. So you'll have a chance to get some items there. Then you're going to hit another ramp, and then dodge some thwomps. Sorry, Dugs. Dodge some Dugs. Please don't sue me, Nintendo. You're going to dodge some Dugs. You have another chance to get an item. Hop over, and then you're over here. And then we have our final run here, which is with these guys. This is pretty long too, but again, it's the end of the race, so you know, might be okay. So this stuff moves across here, and it like really changes the track around. So you have opportunities to get a bunch of items throughout while you're dodging things. Now, the only stuff I really noticed that I didn't like is I hate this box. The reason is sometimes when this was going back and forth, sometimes you can get like pinched in here and this thing will just keep smashing you and you can't escape. So that one was not really great. And then I think these guys are okay. Maybe a thwomp is just a little overkill in here too. Or sorry, Doug. Dave Doug. It's Doug's. Oh my god, I can't remember the things I call these things. And then we have a couple to finish off the level for good measure, and that's fine. I'm going to move them up a little bit. What does the team think, if anybody, Mark, or if anybody else is here from playing last time? What are your thoughts on this last area? I know Ian seemed to like them. And it was kind of crazy, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to save this. I'm going to get latest because Ben said he fixed the emitters, so then we can kind of play through this level again and do that. So we didn't actually get to do any art today, but hopefully we actually made a lot of changes, more than I thought we would, so I'm pretty happy with that. So on Wednesday's stream, I think we'll come back here and then start doing some more art again. I might leave some of the gameplay art stuff alone, like these blocks here. I was going to make art for those, but maybe we'll leave that for a little bit until we're like really happy with this area, because I don't want to have to like make art, play test, and then realize it stinks, and then have to like redo that stuff. But I think we could start having some fun with making, maybe we'll just start making the art for the track, and then like some of the track supports and stuff like that. I think that'll be fun. And then maybe we'll just start like actually texturing the track, because this texture right here is very temporary. So I want to start getting that done, and I think that'll make a better feel for the level. And then same with the railings. I want like really like factory feeling railings with like yellow and black and cautionary stuff on there. So I think that'll help a lot too. So anyways, let's wait for this. Hopefully this won't take too long. It's a small update, so it should be fine. And then if you like this, just come join me on Wednesday. We'll continue hammering this out. This is really the only time I get to work on these tracks, which is fun. Basically, in between, I just run around and do emails and stuff. And I've actually been redoing our website, so that should be pretty cool looking. We have a PR company, and they've been like really suggesting like, hey, you should add this to your site and this and all that. So it's coming along pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with where that's going. I'll be able to share that with you soon. And then, as I mentioned before, if you like this dev stuff, on Thursday, Mark, Game Dev Mark, is doing a stream on the programming development side right now. So recently we changed around how some of the base mechanics work in this game, where things used to just like instantly kill you before, and now they don't. You like bounce around a lot more, and we're calling this bumper stars mode. And so Mark was working on that, and now he's transferring a lot of those things to the items in the game. So like when you hit a bomb, when you hit projectiles, they'll do different things. They'll bounce you up and around and stuff like that. So, oh, you move in, eh? Oh, that's cool. Hopefully, hopefully to a good place. Or you guys, are you moving like really far away from where you were before, or? Sorry, that's a weird thing to try and answer on stream, so you don't have to be super specific, but moving's fun. We've been thinking about moving for the last little bit. Our kids are getting bigger, so they're outgrowing the house. They're slowly destroying it from the inside, so we want to pass the buck on to somebody else and move into somewhere bigger. Oh, cool. With some better people. That's always good. That's always good. All right. Oh, it's epic music for this. Okay. This is our little intro. I'm going to update this too once it's done. But I'm pretty happy with the spiraliness and stuff for the intro. We're just going to have one more scene at the end where we're actually going to see the characters standing at the front line. We have it for our other level. I just haven't done it for this one yet. So, all right, ready? Go. All right, so let's check it out here. So this area should be the same. I don't think we've changed much. Let's see if these items come across. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, now we have some items spawning. Items don't work when you play right from a level, but it's okay. I'm not playing against anyone, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, this area is a little long, but I feel it's kind of a novelty where you're like going down this big thing, so I'm not too concerned. Okay, so now you have an option to go off to the side or get those items. And you have lots of chances to hopefully catch up to an item. Maybe I could speed that up so players, or I could do it the opposite direction. That might help a lot. Okay, so now we have this new one here. So you cross this checkpoint, and then you have items. Then you can fight, shoot each other. It's a little short maybe. Get some more items. That checkpoint's a little short, but that's okay. Might be a fun little thing. Okay, so a boost, go through here. Oh, I have these saws too. I forgot about these ones. Okay, we'll see if that's too much. So now this area is a little tighter, but you have more items over here, so you could choose to go up top. If you don't go up there, you have a chance to get items down here. That's pretty good. Then you can go off to the side to get items. If you get one of those, you can keep going. If you don't, you can try going down the middle here. Then a boost uphill. Oh, last minute. Oh, I kind of like the feel of that. That feels pretty good. Oh, I like this too, actually. We made this kind of tighter hallway. I feel that's feeling pretty good. It's a little scary. And then, boom, you come out, and then you're in the Dave level. I can make some better cameras for this area too, so you can see Dave and some of these things here. The camera's very like, I think because the track is bigger in this area, like it's wider, the camera feels like a lot closer to the track. So it's like, not great, I guess. Okay, so then we're gonna go through bouncy time, catch that, and you're like, oh shit, it's getting tight. And then magma pillars. Maybe I go upstairs. Okay, you got a nicer flow through the magma area here. Okay, that's good. I feel that's a little better. We'll see what it feels like with 4 players. Then you get a chance to get some items. If you miss items, you get this last little bit here. Fight, 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 shoot, shoot, shoot. The Itchy and Scratchy show. And then you go through here. I kind of like the dugs in the middle. I think they kind of like hit the camera too hard. So I might shift those over to the side. Oh, this is also not aligned to the track anymore, so I'll fix that. Then you're fighting. Fight, 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 shoot, shoot. Yeah, I don't like the dugs in the middle. I'm gonna move those. Then you go through here, and then you have this long stretch with this madness. Oh god, you shouldn't be able to get caught in anything. There should always be an option of where to go. Side dugs. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's feeling pretty good. That's feeling pretty good. And Pookie. Oh, Poochie. Oh my god, Poochie. I like that they just murdered him. Okay, so what was I going to change? Okay, let's go back over here. So, yes, okay, item. Let's fix the items first. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I have this track of items here, but because of the direction it's flowing, it doesn't really feel good. So can I change this to be the opposite way? Can I do -12 for the speed? Nope. Okay. Follow mode, uniform. Oh, maybe for the spline. Can I reverse direction? Okay, we'll see if that works. Poochie. I love The Simpsons. I just rewatched. I rewatched all of them like a little while ago when Disney Plus first came out. And like obviously they're not all great, but for the amount of episodes that there are, it's pretty amazing. Okay, so let's move along here. Oh my goodness, Unity. Application message. Okay, so these things don't really like shoot you in the air much for some reason. I'm not sure why. They're the same ramps. And I don't know if they're just not in the ground enough or they're too high. I'll look into that a little later. Okay, so you go up here. Oh, let me turn all this off. Okay, so this was fine. That part was a little short, but that's okay. Yeah, I forgot about this. I think I left this in the way of my... So this thing goes like this. It's got this item. You know what? I'm going to remove these guys for now because I don't really feel they're adding a lot to the game right now. I like the first saw because it kind of goes across the whole thing and it's kind of chill and a cool introduction to the track. This part is a little hectic, I feel. So you have a choice to go over here. You know, maybe I'm just going to remove these guys. Maybe they're just too much. They're not really fun either. Sometimes simplicity is best. Oh my God, Unity, why did you go away so far? I don't know, maybe they're okay. I'm just gonna can them for now. We'll kind of see what that feels like. And maybe I'll just make this bigger to kind of change things up. Oh, you know what? No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep that the same way. But one of the other questions or opinions people had was that the game was a little too, the tracks were a little too big. Do I like this thing too? I don't know if I like this thing. It's kind of cool, but you know what? Let's get rid of that for now too. I don't really like the things moving across the track as much as I thought I would. So let's do just a big old, maybe like a multiple narrow way here. I don't know if I like this either, but you know, we'll test it out. So I'm not deleting any of my stuff. If you've noticed, I'm just kind of hiding things. Because that way, if I realize, you know, we're going to play test this and this new idea sucks, at least I have my old stuff still and it's not, you know, permanently destroyed. So okay, this isn't really even, but that's okay for now. Close enough. Okay, so then you have your choice here, and then you come out, and then there's boosts. And then you're going to come up here, then we have this area which I like. And then you go through the ramp time here. Yeah, and this area was okay. It wasn't as interesting as I thought it would be. Maybe it just needs to be longer, you know? No, but then that's weird with the checkpoint. Never mind. Okay. The magma area was fine, I think. Oh yes, let's get rid of the Daves here, or the Dougs here in the middle. Yeah, because I don't like that. Okay, so let's put this at 8, 7. And let's just do 2 of them. They're always, you know, they need friends. You put one, you know, Doug on the side. He needs another Doug friend over on the other side. You know, and then you guys, there's already 2 of you. I don't know if we really need, you know, 4. What if I do... What if I do 7 over here? And then -7 over here. Yeah, that feels pretty good. I think I'm pretty happy with this. I do definitely still want to go through the track and maybe make some areas smaller, because that was definitely a valid criticism. There's a lot of areas that are, oh my god, where am I? That are just way too big, you know? Yeah, like maybe I could throw some more rocks in some of these areas and just tighten this up. Maybe I could squeeze this area. It's kind of short and dull, so maybe I can move in some of this tech in here and make like a thin squeeze. Interesting. You know, what if it's kind of sideways too. Okay, I'll think about that in a bit. Oh yeah, in this area. Oh, okay, so this is actually the smaller part of the track here. You see it gets thin, and then it gets really big over here. So maybe it just gets too big, you know? Maybe I just made it too mighty. So why don't we go through over here? Now the cool thing is about this track computer that we have is I could select these points, and I could actually, oh, is it in here? I always forget where it is. No, it must be in there. Motion. Where are you? Oh, am I not on the track computer? Oh, there we go. Edit, select, okay. Size, okay, there we go. So size, oh yeah, this one's 2. This one's like really big. I think this is the size of the first level's track, so the second level is definitely like a little too big. Overall, I don't know what I was thinking. Just made it a little too mighty, you know? Okay, I'm going to change up some of those items too, but yeah, maybe it's just too wide in a lot of places. What are you, 1.2? And the nice thing about a lot of this stuff, I'll show you, is... oh god, did I move something? I did. As you move a handle too quickly, you lose your mind. See here, a lot of the stuff is going to be moving with me here. Sometimes I gotta click on them for them to update, but okay. Perucci. All right, let's do a couple more things. We'll play test a little bit more, and then I think we'll call it a day for today. Okay. 1.5. Yeah, let's make this smaller. So yeah, this track will just kind of get small again over here. Now, it doesn't look very like factory-esque for this track to just be like smoothly moving in and out, which I feel is okay for now, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a lot of this technology kind of stuff where, you know, I'm going to kind of adjust it and make sure that it feels more techy, especially once the track kind of comes in and the art comes in for the track. Track main computer. All right. Yeah, especially for this area. Yeah, and it's obviously super weird to go from this thin part to this big conveyor belt part, but that's okay. I will fix this up with some art. Sometimes it's okay to just, you know, mess things up a little bit for the sake of a little bit of game design. I did kind of like this big track to small track thing. Sometimes you gotta click on these things to update because I made them so they don't update all the time, so they're not like a huge hog on my performance here. What are you guys set to? 2? -2. Weird. Must just be the art that's doing some weird stuff here. Okay. I think that's pretty good for now. Let's go look over here. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's not make too many more changes for now. Let's throw this back to the team and then see what they say. Do some play testing and kind of get some feedback, and then see where that goes from there. So I think next, I was going to say next class, geez, I'm teaching too long. Next stream, I'm going to actually work on the track. So that's something I could work on that won't mess around with the design too much. So that way, if things change, it's not going to, you know, supremely screw over any of the things I've been doing so far. So, guys, I think we'll call that a day. That's been almost 2.5 hours, actually, so a little longer than I usually go. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you for all the new people that showed up, obviously with Diana's people there. So yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday. And yeah, if you like what you've been seeing, you know, wishlist Rocket Rumble on Steam, and join our Discord if you want to be in on the beta. It's going to be an open beta next time, but if you just want news and stuff on it, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. If you're following me on here, we'll be posting a lot about the beta and stuff. But we can't wait to get it back into your hands. We've made a lot of big changes, so yeah, it's been awesome. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. No, thank you. This is awesome. You guys made it awesome. It was really cool. First raid. I've never been raided before, so that's pretty cool seeing that. It's awesome. Yeah, I really, you know, I'm really digging Twitch. You know, I've obviously been watching people for a while, but you know, this is the first time we've really been like regularly streaming and stuff like that, and it's just such a good community, especially when you get really good people together. It's really cool. I don't know, very different than the way we used to do game dev, and I really enjoy it. You know, it's nice to be able to chat to people, get some feedback, and just kind of hang out and stuff too. So it's pretty awesome. So yeah, thank you everybody, and I'll see you on Wednesday.